Today's recipe is Kofta Biryani. For this we need to do a few steps. The first step is to marinate this minced meat with some spices, and the next step would be to make the gravy and also make the biryani rice. So first, for the kofta we need 600 grams of minced mutton. We need 2 tablespoons of garlic paste, 1 tablespoon of ginger paste. I've got 1 small onion, it's around 100 grams. I've just cut them into chunks. 1 teaspoon cumin powder, 1 teaspoon coriander powder, and 1 teaspoon of Kashmiri red chili powder. We also need 2 tablespoons of chickpea flour, also known as besan, and we need an egg for this kofta recipe. I will be using half of the cilantro leaves in the kofta as well. For the gravy, I need 200 grams of tomatoes finely chopped. This is 1 large tomato. I need a tablespoon of cashew nut paste, 2 tablespoons of garlic paste, and 1 tablespoon of ginger paste. It's mixed here. Then I have some salt as per taste, 1 tablespoon of homemade biryani masala, 1/4 teaspoon of red chili paste, 1 teaspoon of red chili powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder, and here I've got something known as Aloo Bukhara, also known as dried plums. And for this recipe I will be using 650 grams of rice. For the recipe of biryani rice, please click on the link mentioned in the description box below. So let's start marinating this minced meat with these spices, and then we'll blend it in our blender and then shape them into koftas. That's meatballs. Koftas are basically meatballs. So let's start making our koftas. We need 1 cup of yogurt for the gravy. Start blending our ingredients for the kofta. So I'll add in the onions first. I'll just blend the onions for a short time. Now I'll add in my remaining ingredients, all the spices with the salt, everything. I'll add in my minced meat, then part of the chickpea flour, some cilantro leaves, and the rest of the minced meat. I'll add 1 egg as well and start blending. We've minced this meat for the koftas. Now I'll start shaping them. I wore gloves to make the koftas. Now I'll just oil my palms before shaping this into kofta balls. Koftas are basically meatballs. Now it depends whether you want to make it big or small. The kofta ball can be made according to your choice, the size of the kofta ball. So just take and start shaping it. Now if you make bigger kofta balls, you might fall short of koftas for the biryani. So I would prefer that you make little smaller balls and not very big balls. So keep shaping it. Once we shape this, then we will fry it. So I have shaped these koftas, and there are around 25, approximately 25 koftas. So let's start deep frying. To the warm oil, start placing the koftas or the meatballs, and don't overcrowd the pan. My flame is on medium, and we'll fry the meatballs or the koftas till they are slightly brown, a golden brown. It's been around 5 minutes, so now I'll check on this side. See, it's nicely fried here. So I'll turn the koftas or the meatballs very carefully around and turn the first ones that you put. So that way you give the koftas that you put later a little longer time for it to cook. And let's continue frying till the bottom is fried, then we'll try to fry from the sides too. I'll check if the bottom of these koftas are cooked. So let's check. They seem cooked. So I'll try to cook these on the sides too. Once you see the koftas are nicely golden brown on the bottom and on both sides and little on the side, at this point of time we'll remove these koftas. I fried these koftas in total for around 12 minutes, and this will further cook in our gravy for the biryani. So we just needed to brown these koftas before placing it in our gravy of the biryani. So I will be removing these koftas now. Start making the gravy to a warm pan or warm pot. I'm adding in oil. So we will wait till this oil gets a little warm, and then I'll add some onions to fry. To the warm oil, I'll add in sliced onions, and we'll fry these onions till they are translucent. So right now we are making our gravy for the kofta biryani. The onions look translucent. At this point of time, I will add in my ginger and garlic paste. Give it a good stir and let this fry for less than 30 seconds. I'll add the chopped tomatoes and I'll let the tomatoes cook till the oil begins to float, after which I will add in my remaining spices and the yogurt. The tomatoes have softened, you can see they're nice and soft. At this point of time, I'll add in my cashew nut paste and saute it well. I'll also add in all my dry ingredients like turmeric powder, Biryani Masala, green chilli, and the Aloo Bukhara. Give it a quick stir. Cumin powder, red chilli powder. I'll add the yogurt very quick and just add quarter cup of water once I stir in the yogurt well with the tomatoes. So it's mixed well. Or just 2 tablespoons of water will also do. And always give it a quick stir when you pour the yogurt in, because the yogurt can curdle in hot oil. So I'm just stirring it constantly, adding a little extra water, and I'll let this yogurt cook till the oil begins to float over the surface. Once that happens, then I'll add in my koftas or the meatballs that we've prepared earlier. While we're waiting for the yogurt to cook, I'll just add in a little of the onion brishta. I've added in about 2 tablespoons. You can add in more as well. I'll just add a little more, I think. So say 3 tablespoons of the onion brishta. Basically, onion brishta is fried onions, which is very essential for a biryani because it adds to the flavor of the biryani. You can see the oil on the surface. Now I'll add in some cilantro leaves, just around 2 tablespoons, and I'll add in koftas. Give it a good stir. Let this cook for a further 10 minutes, and we want the oil to actually float on the surface of this gravy. The kofta has been cooking in this gravy since 10 minutes. Now I'll turn the stove off and I'll add the layer of rice over this, alternating it with onions, the fried onions, the fried brishta. I'll start adding the rice evenly all over. For a detailed recipe on how to make biryani rice and fried onions plus biryani masala, please click on the link mentioned in the description box below. I've made a detailed video about it. I'll just add some of the cilantro leaves and a little of the saffron water. As well as the fried onions over the rice. We'll do one more layer of rice. Add melted ghee on top all over. And finally, I'll add the green chilies from the biryani rice. I'll cover this pot with aluminum foil so that no steam escapes from it while we are dum karoing our biryani. So just do it well. Now I've covered this pot nicely with aluminum foil. Also, I will be using a lid and covering this well. Now at this point of time, I'll place this pot on a heavy bottom griddle, which is also known as a tawa. I've heated this heavy bottom pan on high flame, and I'll let it be on high flame for the first 10 minutes. So I'm placing this big pot of biryani over this tawa or the heavy bottom griddle, and I'll let this flame be high for the first 10 minutes. After 10 minutes, I will decrease the flame to low to medium for another 15 minutes, and I'll turn the stove off. At that point of time, I'll let this rest for another 10 minutes when I turn the stove off, and then we'll serve this biryani. It's been 15 minutes since this biryani has been cooking on low to medium. I'll turn the flame off at this point of time, and I'll let this biryani rest for another 10 minutes before opening it. While opening this biryani, be very careful because it's still very hot. You can see the biryani rice is cooked so well. And now we'll carefully remove some biryani rice onto a plate. The biryani rice looks well done. Now we'll check for the koftas, how they're cooked. You can see they're cooked so nicely. Kofta biryani is ready to serve. You can serve this biryani with raitas. For the recipes of raitas, please click on the link in my description box below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel. Also, please click on the bell icon for notification for my latest videos. Thank you for watching.